Welcome everyone to the video, and we're going to go ahead and go over the summons, if you should summon or not. But I want to thank my members for subscribing to monthly membership. You could do so in the description below to join, get yourself a shout out or one-on-one coaching or anytime private messaging. We have Zivitar, Torin McLaurin, Don Shen being awesome BNI VIP members. So thank you guys so much. Let's get into today's video. We've got a lot of summons to cover that are available. The green tokens have been flowing through the offers. As we could see here today, you could get 40 green tokens for $20, 2 of these. You also have packages like Stannis out and Melisandre. That brings us to our first summon, the day 11 in Westeros deal, Melisandre. Melisandre, you could get her bonus shards. It's an 8 for 10, 14.99% chance. Should you go for it or should you not? If you want to build Baratheons, she is a good Baratheon member. However, I would hold off and not use your green tokens on this. Stannis is way more important. The meta is Stannis, Rey, and 3 greens. You could also do 3 Baratheons, so I guess she could be useful. But I would stick with the regular banner with Stannis and her that you can get. That banner has just expired, but it will come back eventually. Then we have Survivors of the Watch. Now, I actually used this one last night in my video, if you could see, to get King of the North to 5-star and Ghost to 6-star. I am preparing for those beefy dragons that are coming, the 8 skull and beyond. We're up to 7 skull right now, but we will be getting up to 8. And I felt like I needed a little bit more beef to my team. For heavy hitters for ice, you have a few heavy hitters, and I actually came up with a new idea for ice. So for ice, you have Ned Stark, who is a great heavy hitter. You have Ghost, which is a heavy hitter. And I mean heavy hitters when someone is brittle, they're going to do a ton of damage. So that is good there. You also have Bastard Jon Snow, who's going to do some heavy hitting when someone is brittle. Just amazing. And we are going to get him naturally for free. However, I just came up with the idea of, what about Theon? I have all this legendary gear from him. I get Archer and Beast the most. So Ghost and Theon are pretty much stacked on legendary gear. He has an ability where he does a good amount of damage, fast speed, and if they're below a certain amount of HP, he deals execute damage, which is more effective the lower the target HP is. So if a dragon is getting hit hard and you're at the end, he could do a ton of damage, afflict it with ice, and I'm going to be leveling up this move because at the highest level, the execute damage and ice happens and raid when he's below 40% health. At 6-star, he's going to gain the ability that when someone becomes brittle, he's going to lose 10% HP and gain 25% stamina and 25% attack for 3 turns, which on top of this move, it's going to be bonkers. So I am going after Theon as my 3rd big damage dealer in the ice team. I might as well, I am mentioning this right now because when the video is going to get released, Red Summon will probably have an hour left in there, but you can get Theon in the Red Summon, and I am going after that. Let's talk about the next one. Sisters Reunited. We have Arya and Sansa. I'm not a fan of Sansa. I don't think she could do enough to make it worthwhile for her. Arya has an interesting ability. If we go back to the Starks, Arya has the ability to do the Faceless Gem and do bonus damage. It's very fast. When someone's afflicted with ice, she attacks them for 25% physical and deals double damage to brittle enemies, so that's nice, but it is a huge investment, so I really wouldn't recommend using greens on her. I really like my idea of Theon. She's also a marksman, so she's a little bit weaker. I really wouldn't waste my summons on her. I don't think that's the way to go. You can build a good ice team without Ghost and King of the North. It's just that I love my Ghost, and I think he's great, and I had extra greens to burn. I also bought the Stark summon package, so that gave me 75 shards of each, so that made it helpful. Moving on to the next summon, we have the Khalasar, which is the free city summon. You could get Yellow Daenerys, you could get Khal Drogo, you could get Dothraki Longbraid, and you can get the Dothraki Blood Rider. Now, this used to be the meta. This used to be the meta for events. This was the best team you could possibly get to guarantee yourself legendary gear. However, it has dropped off the map significantly. I was using the free cities for normal and hard in events. However, Rhaenyra, Stannis, and the Greens are scoring more points. Matter of fact, I even lost in normal mode. To someone that had a better team than the free cities, which they go. I can't imagine it, but it is possible. You break the gems, you break the boxes, you do more damage, you get it done. This is a waste. They are an outdated team. They are not good in many other modes. I would not summon for them. And that brings us finally to the Red Wedding summon, which is an interesting summon because when 2025 hits, and if we get Alliance Wars, where it's basically your alliance versus someone else's alliance, and you put teams on offense and defense, the Bleed team is going to have its use. It is not strong in events. It is strong in raids. It can work against dragons, although I think you need to have them pretty beefy for it to work. And you have to have the timing right because Bleed only works for 3 turns. You're getting Walder Frey, Roose Bolton, and you're getting Walder Rivers, which are all solid members of the Bleed team. You're going to get Ramsay for free through the Battle of the Bastards event, and you're going to get the rest of the Boltons for free through the Battle of the Bastards event. So you're going to get a bunch there. Walder Frey is the healer of the team, and Bleed has potential, but it's not meta. It's not going to make you do well in events. It's okay in raids. There are better teams in raids to focus on. So I think green tokens are so valuable. Yes, they did have offers for 600 green tokens. As you can see, my tokens are pretty stacked right now. But I am not going to summon these banners. I don't think at this point in the game it's useful. They will come back, so you can get them when they come back. That is fine. So to summarize, what I'm basically saying is most of these summons I would hold off on and not use your green summons. If you do want to, I will preface this by saying you do need high stars on King of the North. You do need high stars on Ghost. The Stark package is out there for $300. You get 75 shards of a lot of Starks. If you can't afford it, it is going to be the best bang for your buck in the game for overall green tokens and starting off shards for a lot of characters. But you do need a good amount of stars on Ghost for him to be useful. He is squishy, so you do need the levels, and you do need that going for him. King of the North, you do need some stars going on too. So I have summoned for them. Sisters Reunited, pass. The Khalasar, definitely pass. Red Wedding, if you love the bleed team, go for it. Otherwise, pass. And Red Summon, which is out right now. I love my man Theon. You get Alistair. It's a solid summon. I'm really excited to try Theon, and I will be doing videos of Theon in the Ice team so you guys can see his potential. Trying to get him to 6-star. We'll see when that happens. And then finally, the day 11, Melisandre. Is it worth it? I don't think so. If this was Stannis alone, I would say definitely invest a lot into this banner. But Melisandre, I am doing fine. I got first in Kingslayer and first in Treacherous without even using Melisandre. She wasn't even needed. I didn't even use her. And I didn't even use the greens. I used a Rainbow Baratheon team with Rhaenyra. So that made the Rainbow Rhaenyra. But I don't think you need it. So this is a week where it's not very enticing. You still have 6 days left to decide if you want to go after Ghost and King of the North. But otherwise, save your summons. Save your summons. Tomorrow is Sunfire. If you guys want to go for him, he'll be gold only. And I'm sure there'll be offers for him as well. Comment below and let me know if you think you're going to go for anyone or skip and save your tokens. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.